my Archmage, he bolts my Alchemist, I banish him, so he can't take any more focus damage. Finally get a Firelord, I'm going to Soul Burn the MK, and I'm going to Acid Bomb it. Then I'm going to try to get a Siphon Mana off. A little bit late, Siphon Mana, but see, he's already running it off. He's already scared. He already knows that that's going to be way too much damage coming at him at once. So he's going to come back in. He's going to try this Bolt, Focus, Gayness. So Soul Burn again. And too bad I can't get off an Acid Bomb. My Alchemist dies, and he's trying to get that MK the hell out of there, man. He knows he cannot take the damage. And so, what can you do to counter that? I don't know. Maybe he's just going to try to play it a little bit more smart, try to bolt surround the Firelord next. Firelord's an easy kill, so I don't know. But now I know that he's going to, try to counter what I have. So now it's a wonderful time. He's got a weak hero. He does not want to face me head on because he just saw he retreated from the battle. He ran away from that battle. So I have the upper hand. I have control of the map. Now is when I want to expand. So I'm going to go ahead and get an expansion up, because what's going to happen is he's going to try to come up with some kind of counter to what I have. Our armies are pretty evenly matched. So he's going to try to bust out another unit to counter my tri-hero. He's going to have to do something about it, because he can't keep fighting with what he has, because he lost that battle. He would have lost it if he stayed, so he retreated. So now he's going to try to do something about it. I'm killing off some foots. I want to make room for knights. Now I've got the knights, and they're going to help so much in taking down those riflemen. It's going to be awesome. So now I'm feeling pretty confident, but now I know he's also going to have some new units coming out. So what I want to do is get an expansion up, and then I want to be able to produce something entirely new. And I think I'm going to go for Griffins. And what's going to happen is he'll probably, I don't think he'll go Griffins because, well, I've got a Firelord. I've got two ranged heroes, the Bloodmage and the Firelord, and I've got rifles, and unless he can mass them really fast, which he can't unless he gets an expansion now, he's not going to go Griffins. And so if I can do this, I want to get an expansion, and I want to be ready to bust out some Griffins. So he sees the Knights, and he might try to counter the Knights either with tier 3 melee of his own, or he might try to go air himself, but I'm already going to be ready. I'm going to be able to produce Griffins and Dragonhawk Riders, so I can just shackle anything that he brings out. So I'm trying to plan ahead and be ready for when he ups the ante. I'm already trying to predict what he's going to do, and if he doesn't up the ante, he's just going to lose his advantage as the game wears on. So that's the deal here. So he's going to go ahead and take the initiative and launch an attack on me. I'm not quite sure what he thinks he can pull off here. He's going to try to take down the Arcane Sanctum. I bring in some militia and make sure I repair the Arcane Sanctum so it doesn't die, because it's very important I get priests into my army. And here we go. Soul Burn, Acid Bomb, Siphon Mana on the MK. Look how fast it's going down. He's not even microing his army anymore. He's focusing a knight, which is bad news. It's going to take forever to go down. He's just worried about getting that Mountain King out of there. And so here we go. Now his front line is gone. His front line has been destroyed, and now my knights are just in there tearing up all of his, what should be his back line. So he comes in. I make sure to banish my Alchemist again, so it can't take focus damage. All it can be is bolted, and I'd say I get a lucky kill on that MK. He should not have brought it back in. Another Soul Burn, another Acid Bomb, and goes down pretty much due to rifleman fire, I think. Or no, I think it was taking heavy rifle fire, of course, and it was under the effect of Acid Bomb, and I think I watched it one of the times I was watching this replay. He died to the Acid Bomb damage. So it's awesome. He's trying to run away, and the Acid Bomb takes a little bit off. Soul's a Soul Burn, but that adds up. And that damage really adds up, and that's the meat of the strategy. It's the damage that you're not really noticing. It's like, well, okay, my hero's not being focused so much. I guess that's okay. But those two spells combined, and especially if you can get some focus fire in on the unit you're trying to kill while it has Acid Bomb on it, it's going to be so easy to take down. It's like Fairy Fire, that stuff dies so fast, so imbalanced. But that's one of the great things about this strategy. I don't know, I just really love it. And if they keep their guy in the battle, if they like stack it with healing pots or something, you just mana siphon the hell out of it. So it's a lose-lose situation. They can either run it away and they lose the advantage of having that hero in their army, or they can stay and lose all their mana, and then I get it and I can banish whenever I want to. Now coming up is one last thing I want to cover about Banish, and it's a mistake I make in one of the later battles of this game. Actually, I'll wait to touch on that. Now I know. I crept out my expansion. Now I've got an even bigger advantage than I had before. I want to get a guy up there and have that expansion start building, and I also want to get up a Griffin Aviary so I can get those air units out, because I know if he wasn't already working on a counter, maybe that was a diversion of some kind. I want to make sure to check his expansion, because he obviously couldn't take down my base with what he had, so maybe it was a diversion of some kind is what I'm thinking. So I want to go check his expansion, and I know that he's got to be working on some kind of counter to what I have, because if he's just making the same units, it's going to be an easy win for me. So you can see he's switching it up, trying to go for some breakers, and I suppose they're pretty good for taking mana off of heroes because of the feedback damage, things like that. They're also not going to take, I don't know, the medium armor. It's going to take quite a beating from my knights. I'm not quite sure. Maybe they're part of a counter he's trying to get ready. He's got knights. So Spellbreakers, not the choice I would have picked. Obviously, I think I would have gone Griffins, because once your opponent goes tier 3 melee, best way to counter it, tier 3 air, right? No better way to do it. So here we go. I'm going to try to get a creep in. Probably a bad decision, but you can see now he's going to take out my Firelord pretty quickly, but I still got 2 heroes left. This is probably maybe a testament to how much better it is to go Tri-Hero than just Soul Hero. He still hasn't reached level 6, and see, I've got almost the equivalent level on my Bloodmage, plus 2 extra heroes, which are constantly leveling up. So he manages to bring down those 2 heroes, but my army is still much more powerful than his, and so that's pretty much why I take this battle home, is because he's able to nuke both of these comparably low-level heroes, but he hasn't done anything to my army, so I'm able to stay in this battle and chase him off, and I'm pretty much able to keep that MK out of commission with Siphon Mana, because now he can't finish the job and Stormbolt my Bloodmage to hell. He's just got to whack at it, and he can't get any good hits on it, man. He's got no damage output right now. He cannot bolt anything, and so his damage output just went down the toilet, and so that's why I'm winning right now. The MK is useless, and that's what you guys brought out in the last game in the forums, in the comments. You guys said that Bloodmage, who was a Myth, went Archmage MK, and then Sky went Archmage Bloodmage, and you guys saw how effective it was to do a Siphon Mana against the MK, and all of a sudden that bolt isn't so dangerous anymore. All of a sudden you can't lose your heroes, before you can say, oh my god, what the F, man. So here we go, more Siphon Mana. He's not able to get any bolts off, man. I'm making sure to banish weak units and banish his strong tier 3 melee, so they can't deal damage and my weak units can't take damage. So, and Griffin comes in, and I think he realizes there's no way he can counter those Griffins. I'm going to take down his base, and that's all there is to it. And here's something I noticed. Here's the final thing about Banish. I banished one of his priests just because I was desperate for something to banish. I had so much mana, I wanted to do something, and I banished one of his priests. And I noticed this. Once you banish, if you banish a caster, they can still cast spells. So I'm thinking, what if you banish, you get ready for a battle, you banish all your casters, like your sorceresses, and you banish your priests. Level 2 banish, level 3 banish last a good while. Not quite a minute. I think 30 seconds is level 2 banish. 45 seconds, I think, for level 3. I'm not quite sure about that, but it's about that. And wow, that means your priests can keep healing, and they can't be touched unless your opponent has some sort of area of effect spell, which odds are they might. But if they don't, then they at least can't take damage from like mortars, some kind of siege, if they've got demolishers or meat wagons or something. Just banish all your casters, and all of a sudden they don't take damage from that stuff anymore, so they're just casting away, and you're fine. So I thought that might be an interesting thing. Maybe it would work, maybe it wouldn't. But also, Banish is also comparable to Polymorph. You see in the later use of that game, I was able to banish knights, and that's pretty much the equivalent of polymorphing a knight or polymorphing a Tauren. So that takes them right out of the battle. All they can do is walk around, and just look like freaking retards or something. I don't know. But I think that's it. That's all the uses for Banish right here in one commentary. It's all inclusive, direct to you. I don't think there's anything else you could do with Banish. You might be able to banish your mom. I don't know, but I think that's it. So the Bloodmage is awesome. I love using him. I want to get better with him. And you still got Flame Strike. You got two awesome skills, Banish and Siphon Mana. You see all the uses for Banish. And then you got Flame Strike. So if your opponent goes with some gay shit like Mass Archers, you just switch over to Flame Strike, man. You fry those bitches, man. It's like you could Flame Strike them on accident and win. It's that awesome, you know. They just die. They go down faster than you know what to do with. So that's it, guys. That's all I got. So I hope you enjoyed yourself. Let's totally abuse the hell out of the Bloodmage so Blizzard nerfs them in the next patch, and then we don't have to use them anymore. And you can go back to bitching about how much human sucks. But for right now, you gotta see how awesome he is. Just gotta open your mind, and you can use those skills. You don't have to go Flame Strike. You can go Banish. You can go Siphon Mana. They're all viable strategies. They all can work in the right situation. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think. I'll break out some more replays if you like what you saw. We'll try to get some replays against some other races, and we'll try to get some longer commentaries in here next time. So peace out, have fun, and be safe.